How to get a job in Dubai? How to get a job in Dubai? Please get me a job in Dubai. I used to get paid 500 dirhams. It is embarrassing. How am I living this glamorous life? First year was so difficult. I hated Dubai. I stress out about changing my bed sheet. Hi guys, welcome to another episode of Only Rants. I know it's been a really long time. I thought I'll sit down how I usually do and sit and talk, but I wanted to actually just do my makeup while I talk to you guys because just sitting and talking is not my thing. I like doing something and talking. I should have thought of that before I started a podcast. But yeah, and I'm doing this in my bathroom, which a lot of people get triggered by because they're like, why are you always in your bathroom? I just happen to be very creative, very fun self in the bathroom, and I like the space. And yeah, man, I just want to be organic. Two trigger warnings. One is going to be that my phone's stuck through that sticky thing, so it might just keep going here and then I have to fix it. And secondly, I will be drinking my favorite drink while I'm getting ready. I know it might be triggering for some of you all that I'm drinking it in my washroom, but I'm just very comfortable here. Stop judging me. Let me fucking be, okay? I'm gonna drink my. Okay, I know most of y'all don't know this drink also if you're from India, but if you're from Dubai, you know it's an OG drink. After matcha, actually, even before matcha, I've been loving this drink forever. It's like I drink three of these in a day. It's insane. It's basically chas, and yeah, but unsalted and just it's yum, just yum. And it's just one dirham, guys. It's I've been visiting Dubai since I was a baby, and this has been my favorite since then. So I might not be a Dubai kid, but I am like I know the OG things. Yeah, anyways, yum. Just the moment it's inside me, that sounds wrong. Okay, so we're gonna tie the hair, and I have to put my lenses on because I am pretty much blind. Today's topic of conversation is going to be I don't know why. Like, I really don't know what the topic of conversation is going to be, but I had an idea what I want to talk about. Basically, I get asked a lot of times that what do I do? How did I ended up in Dubai and how am I living this glamorous life as a 24-year-old and what do I do for living? So, I always get these questions asked and I thought like I'm always telling people that do not believe everything on social media, but I also feel that I myself am not too vulnerable or honest when it comes to myself because I just like to keep most of the part of myself to me, and on IG is just the fun, just getting ready, going to a fun place kind of thing. But what's happening behind the scene, no one knows, which I think is true in most of the cases. Like now that I see myself doing this, I never believe anything on social media because I'm like, there's 90% of the story that people don't know behind this post of mine. So I'm sure what I'm seeing online, if not 90%, I'm sure 50% they're hiding because no one can just be that vulnerable. And if they are, I'm happy for them. I just couldn't be. So when people keep asking me, how do you live this glamorous life? I don't. I honestly do not live a glamorous life. I would say that I'm super blessed. I do understand that I come from privilege. Um, yeah, man, but anyways, I don't know how to answer this question, but I thought I'll just tell you all my journey to Dubai and what do I do for living here. And yeah, so that's what I'll talk about. But before that, I should wear my lenses. And I just made bhindi aloo, and you know that bharwa bhindi where you're putting the masala in the bhindi. So that's why my nails are yellow, yellow also. And now I'm scared to put lenses in my eye because it's gonna burn. But let's hope it does not. I know it's gonna burn. I've washed my hands like I've washed my hands so many times. I'm still scared that it's gonna burn. Left. This is left. Yeah, I'm dyslexic like that. Uh if putting lenses on triggers, you just skip this part. I can't see with the lenses. Okay. I'm trying not to touch it much, but What do you think? It's gonna hurt? I think it's going to hurt. I don't know. Okay. Ah! I had my hair. Okay. It didn't hurt. Apparently, washing your hands 100 times does help. I used to wear lenses so often when I realized lenses was a solution that I got dry eyes, and now I only wear it when it's needed, which it never is needed, but I'm always like, if I'm getting ready or if I'm going out, I should wear it. I always feel that I've like put the wrong lenses because nothing can be seen properly. मुझे सब धुंधला दिख रहा है. Oh, by the way, there's a trick to drinking this drink. Like, you need to open it this way. My dad taught me this trick. My dad taught me this trick. And you're supposed to open it a certain way and you're supposed to drink it like this. So you don't need a straw or need to pour it in a glass. I don't know if this is an actual trick. I just believed my dad mindlessly. Okay, so without any further ado, let's just get into the details of what do I do for a living. So, I love how I never know how to answer this question. This is over. Wow. Um, yeah, this is over. I have gone through these Dior lip edits. So many, like 5 of these are over. I don't know where do they go. Even though you see me swiping these left, right, and center in all of my get ready with me's. But yeah, still. Anyways, what I do for a living is I do multiple things. I don't do just one thing. So I have never, since I moved to Dubai, had one stream of income because I'm always paranoid. I've lost jobs, I've quit jobs, I don't know, when I moved here, I was 20. I turned 21 in this country. So I was a baby. I still am a baby. But when I came here, I had not experienced the 9 to 5 work life kind of thing because when I was in Bombay, I was working full time for like 7 months. Also because it was a COVID, we just come out of COVID, so my like job, that full time job, was work from home. I had to only go for shoots or something like that, and it was with a really good brand. Like I got to work on a good brand, and it was a marketing agency. I don't know how I got placed, not through campus placement, I think through LinkedIn. Anyways, then I've still not answered what I do for a living. Okay, so let me just start from that. What do I do for a living? Currently, right now, I am working as a social media manager for a cafe here in Dubai. So that's what I'm doing. Apart from that, that's my full time job, but I also freelance for a lot of brands. Outside of my full-time job, so I help them create their social media presence. I also have from this year onwards started monetizing my own content, so that is another source of income, which is not much because I barely take on any brand deals, and also at the same time I never have time, and my audience is Indian, so all the PR goes to Bombay then to get it. Anyways, that's not the tea. But yeah, as a content creator, I've just like only this year is when I've started making money from that. But I have always had two jobs, which is full time in a marketing agency plus freelance for other clients. I've never just had one job. So yeah, that's what I'm doing currently. Um, Apart from that, how I started or how I got here professionally is basically I have been coming to Dubai since I was a kid because my dad used to stay here. So we would come here for vacation. This was our family vacation spot. So why am I getting so confused explaining this? Yeah. So my dad has always been here. So I used to come here a lot as a kid. And then I had made up my mind that no matter what, I'm not gonna work in Dubai because my sister did, everyone did, and I was just like, I don't want to work in Dubai. I have to go somewhere nice. I have to go somewhere else. And everyone after my graduation from Bombay left for London or Canada or Australia for the masters. But me, I was in Bombay. I did a lot. Oh, actually, also, if we're talking professionally, I did a lot of internships in my college time. Like 3 years that I was in college, I have done internships almost throughout. So, my first ever internship, wait, I want to do this part carefully. Okay. Yeah, done. So it feels like I'm explaining my resume to you guys, but okay, fine, whatever. Okay, quickly. Let's do it quickly. I graduated from HR College of Commerce and Economics from Bombay, and throughout my college, I did a lot of internships. My first internship was with Shein. I was the campus ambassador for them for our college, and yeah, it was such a fun job. Like, especially as an 18-year-old, you're like, wow, I get to have free clothes. I also used to give my friends a lot of coupons to buy free clothes. So yeah, that was my first ever internship. After that, I got an internship with Snackable, which was not paid. None of these were paid, by the way. None of my internships were paid. With Snackable also, I was the marketing intern. I fucked up big time in that internship by applying the discount code from Shopify website to all the baskets, and yeah, it was very bad, but I didn't get fired then, thank God. That internship also went really well. Like, I learned a lot. I was handling the website. I had a really nice manager. Like, she took the entire blame for it, which I was like, that's insane. So yeah, Snackable, and then I was with Geo Studios. So I did that internship. I didn't learn jack shit there. We were just going there to have fun because the office was in BKC, and we'd just go there, have fancy lunches, roam around, stroll, go for the shoot, barely do anything, and just fuck off. That was our internship, okay? But Snackable was completely online because COVID, and Sheen was partly online and then offline, and then Geo was offline. While I was doing all of this, I also used to go to this professor called Armanso. He was in Hiranandani, and then I used to take my coaching classes from him. But he also used to teach about financial markets, and I wanted to study about it. So me and Tarumbia went there to study, and then he offered me an internship. I mean, I don't know if I should call it an internship, but it was more like a paid gig where he asked me what would be my hourly rates to do any type of work, and I was like, I don't know, 50, 80. He's like, no, 100, say 100. I was like, okay, it's 100 rupees. I charge 100 rupees an hour. And then he's like, you could have charged more. You should charge, अच्छे से. I was like, oh. But anyway, so it was 100 rupees an hour for the work I do. So the work I had to do is basically take all the current data of, suppose, like oil industry or like F&B industry or something like that, and then put all the data in that Excel sheet manually, and then you put some codes in it which will give him the analysis, and then he'll take them to the client. Whatever, I now don't remember what actually I did, but he taught me what to do back then, and it was a lot of manual data entry kind of work, and I did that to make 8 to 10K a month. So that was my first taste of my own money as an 18-year-old. I think, yeah, this was along with my current internship. So even with my internships, I never did just one internship. I was always doing two things. So while Sheen was happening, I was also interning here because Sheen was unpaid. I would get free clothes but nothing paid, and then I would get money from Armanso because I was working with that. So I did that to make around 8 to 10K a month as a college student. Then what did I do? Eventually I left that, and then Geo happened, and then I got a full-time job through LinkedIn. And after that, I had planned fully to move to Australia because I was like, you know what, I'm gonna go to Australia, graduate, and that's what I want to do. I don't think I've applied the mascara. Probably I'll apply again. Okay, yeah. So I had planned that I'm gonna go to Australia, University of Adelaide, I think. Yeah, I'd applied, I'd gotten an offer letter. Everything was done. Everything was sorted. And then we decided, like my family decided that I should come to Dubai. And I was like, okay. So it was supposed to be a vacation where I was gonna come to Dubai and convince my dad that I'm gonna go for this, masters. I don't care how I'm going. Like, I had fully decided that I'm only going for this vacation so I can convince my parents. But it was like a month long vacation or whatever. We were in Dubai. And then I was like, oh my god, I'm getting bored. So I started applying on LinkedIn, and I got an internship. And I went for that internship. It was a paid internship, but it's so embarrassing to tell you the amount that I was getting paid because that should be legal. Like living in Dubai now that I've been here for 4 years, I know what the rates are and what you should be getting paid. But in that time, I was like, you know what? Whatever. It's whatever money it is, I'll take it. I'm new, I need to learn. So for internship, I used to get paid 500 dirhams. It is embarrassing. That is sick. Like, I understand pre internships, but now, as someone who is a little on like more than entry level in her career or has 4 years of experience, I wouldn't vouch for an unpaid internship. I don't care how much amount, but just pay them a little, don't just exploit them like that. And by little, 500 dirhams is not it. Like, that is fucking rude. Don't pay an intern 500 dirhams. Sick. But, anyways, that time I was like, oh my god, 500 dirhams, yeah, let's go. At least I'll have something to do than to sit at home and see what I want to do. Okay, anyways, I met my best friend there at that internship. We trauma bonded. At that internship, I used to open my laptop and watch Money Heist. I barely did any work, but I was just there at that internship to find something solid. And then, by the way, I got an internship through LinkedIn. Then I got my first ever job in Dubai through LinkedIn. Everything I've gotten through LinkedIn. Like, people think I got through Vasta or someone referred me. That has never happened. I've gotten all my jobs through LinkedIn. Now, only in my careers when I get referred because the marketing industry is small like that. But initially, it was mostly through LinkedIn. Like, everything was through LinkedIn. Anyways, within a month or two from an internship, I landed a full time job. I was like, wow. And my first ever salary was 5,000 dirhams. From 500 to 5,000 in 2 months, I was like, oh my god, wow, I'm making a lot of money. Also, 5,000 dirhams in INR is like 1 lakh. And I was like, I'm making 1 lakh rupees a month. That is insane. So, yeah, that was my first salary. I was super happy. I went for that job and it was a marketing agency. So, even better, right? Because I love marketing. I was at shoots, I was learning a lot. But let me tell you, Dubai culture is not as good as it may seem. Also, like, because I was such a baby man when I came, I didn't know how to cope, I didn't know what to say, I didn't know what to do. I was smart enough to get these jobs, but I was also, I don't know, like, corporate culture is not something I sat well with, or I don't know how to say it, but like, it was just extremely toxic, extremely, extremely toxic. Like, comments were made about my clothes, comments were made about a lot of things. And that was my first job, and they were like, that was the Arab crowd. Um, Arab as in not the locals, but like, the Egyptians or Lebanese, whatever. They made comments about that. And I was like, okay, I don't know. I thought I was here to work and not to be commented about all of this. I didn't know what to say. Anyways, that happened. Uh, I was just happy about the money. And then I also moved out of my dad's house the day I got my full time job because I was like, you know what, I'm going to be living alone. So, yeah, that was my first job in a marketing agency. My second job was also in a marketing agency. My third job was also in a marketing agency. Um, did I miss something? So, yeah, basically for 4 years, I've been with marketing agencies and on the marketing side. But in terms of marketing, what exactly do I do? I focus on social media. So, I am someone who will come up with a campaign, who will come up with how your grid will look. I used to do captions back then, but now interns do it or ChatGPT does it. I am also someone who will come up with the strategy. I will also come up with what else will I come up with? Basically anything that goes on your feed I will come up with. And also, so I was doing that for the longest time in terms of marketing. From last 1 year I started content creation. So I started learning content creation professionally, not through camera, just through phone. So on my job I would at my job, not on my job, at my job I learned how to create content using phone. So basically I learned how to use CapCut, I learned how to use Final Cut Pro, I also learned how to use like shoot using a gimbal, I learned how to shoot just using an iPhone and create like really good content. So I created content for brands like Now, if you don't know what NISA is, it's basically Nika, which was launched in Dubai, and then we had to rebrand it to NISA. But yeah, so I became a social media manager and a content creator. So, not manager, I think executive, senior executive, and plus a senior content creator. Very recently, I got promoted from a content creator to senior content creator. And yeah, that's pretty much what I do in terms of marketing. I create content for brands, I come up with their social media strategy, I come up with the whole IG plan. Yeah, that's pretty much what I do for a living. Now, to answer that, how do I live such a glamorous life? How to get, oh my god, fuck that. I more than how do I get such a glamorous life, the more asked question is how to get a job in Dubai, how to get a job in Dubai, how to get a job in Dubai, please get me a job in Dubai, please refer me. Oh my god, guys. Okay, I personally, from my experiences, this is what I would say. First, you need to be here in Dubai to get a job in Dubai, especially if you're a fresher, because no one's going to do your visa and get you here. It's not viable for the companies. At least that's what I think. If you're a professional and you're really good in your field and you have years of experience, then it makes sense for the company to spend on your visa and flights and get you here. Otherwise, you need to be here and apply. Otherwise, I've said otherwise 5 times. But yeah, you need to be here if you're a fresher in order to apply. Secondly, use LinkedIn. Please exploit LinkedIn, make connections, apply for jobs there on LinkedIn. Apply for, connect with people. Every time you apply for the job, connect with the people, talk to them, talk to the employees. Yeah, so LinkedIn has helped me throughout. I know Vasta works better, references do work better, but I got everything with LinkedIn. So just, make connections on LinkedIn. Someone might refer you that way. So yeah, in terms of resume, I don't know. I've just tried different styles. Whatever works for you, works for you. But I think what has worked really well for me is confidence. When you go and talk, when it's an in-person interview, which also is very difficult to land because it's a round of, you apply on LinkedIn, they need to see your resume and then you go and talk. But anyways, if you've reached that level, be confident, be polite, be nice, but also just know what you're saying. And if you don't, just say, man, I don't know this, I'm here to learn. Like, just be yourself, but be very, very confident. Don't be like shy and scared, okay? So yeah, that's pretty much it, how to land a job in Dubai. And also, don't harass people. Please get me a job in Dubai. I'm not someone who gets people job in Dubai. I've only not gotten job in Dubai just like that. So now, coming to the final question of how am I living this glamorous life? I am not, guys. Like, please stop believing everything you see on IG. Not saying that people lie or I'm lying on IG. That is the life I'm living. But you don't see what's going on behind. Like, you really just see like the 10% or 5%, and you're just like, oh my god, she's 24. She's living that life. Not just for me, I think for actors, actresses, not that I'm comparing myself to them, but like to anyone, maybe an athlete, maybe I don't know, anything you see, not just online or any story, you don't know the full thing. You don't know what's behind the scene of most of the things, right? You don't know what's going on with the person you've just met on the road. Just because they have a smile on their face doesn't mean they're like happy, right? So that's the same thing. If you see something online, I would say be happy, take inspiration, but don't fall for that shit. Like, don't make it your entire life goal that I want to be like this. Don't beat yourself up over the fact that why am I not there yet? Because trust me, I also feel that I am lagging behind. There's so many people, younger than me, doing so well for themselves, and I'm so proud and happy. I wish I had that akal when I was their age. But yeah, I'm just extremely happy, and I wish I get to do what they're doing or like just do better. But when I look at my journey, I'm extremely proud because I know I have progressed or I have done better from what I was doing a year ago. I'll give you a real life example. Like right now, you might think I'm wearing like a cute top, it's a corset, it's strapless, da, da, da. But this is the reality. I'm just wearing my night suit shorts and a corset because I know people will not see this. I know people will only see this good part and think, oh my god, cute outfit, da da da. They're not gonna see this, and it's not for them to see. Not like I'm hiding, but I'm just like, because they're not gonna see, I'm gonna hide this part. I don't want to show it. So it's the same when you see my story or you see anyone's story having going for that trip or partying. You don't know what's going on because I come back home tired. I make my own food. I actually cook, even though it's very hard to believe even for my relatives. I make my own food. I do laundry. I stress out about changing my bed sheet. I do very normal things. It's just I don't show them on IG because not that I want to hide that, it's just for me to deal with and for me to do. I don't want to show that part, but I also don't want you guys to feel bad that y'all are not living it up because everyone's on their own journey. You're doing just fine. I don't think getting a job in Dubai or anywhere like anywhere else like London or this will fix you. Just if you just decide to be happy where you are, you'll be okay. I'm not saying that like how do I say stagnant? No. Okay. Yeah, I'm not saying that be stagnant and just be like, okay, now that I'm here, I'm happy. Of course, I have aspirations. I would love to maybe live in London one day. I would love to live in Spain one day. But I'm also happy with where I am right now. It took some time to finally feel happy and call this country home. But I am happy right now, and yeah, I hope everyone watching this is too. And yeah, that's that. I don't know what else to say. I don't know why I'm giving Gyan. I'm someone who falls for this the most. Like now, see, I don't have this nail. Like my hands look so pretty because I'm only gonna show this one on my story. You don't know that this one's just come off. So yeah, that's that. That's my story of what I'm doing right now, and yeah, my very oh so glamorous life. You know what? I don't give myself enough credit. I will take some credit that थोड़ा तो कुछ किया है मतलब when I came here, first year was so difficult. I hated the way I was just like, I want to go back to Bombay. I want to run back to Bombay because that was my comfort zone, right? I was just so protected, like so. I don't know. I was just so happy there, and then I was like, how will I ever make this place my home? Because this is not home. I miss my friends. I miss my experiences. I miss knowing the galiyan. I miss knowing the spot that we have to go to. And suddenly I don't know anything. But now I can proudly say that 4 years later, I do know a few spots in Dubai. I do feel like I'm at home in this country. I love my room, my bathroom. I love this little life I've created for myself. I'm very proud of myself. I love making my own meals. I love doing what I do. I love that I get paid for doing things that I love. Um, and yeah, that's that. And I hope you all are happy too. I hope everyone's in a really nice spot. And if you all are not, I'm sure you will be. Just keep working and you'll be okay. So yeah, that's that. I don't know what else to say. Also, I started this podcast thinking I'm gonna be fully, in it. I'm not in it. I have a job and another job and a house to manage and my emotions and my outfits. So yeah, this is quite low on my list of priorities, but I will make a conscious effort to do a weekly episode. Hopefully. I shall try. But yeah, I will see you guys next time.